Without objection, the gentleman from Michigan is recognized for 3 minutes.
Let's be clear what's involved in the pay-fors. Tax haven legislation, also the issue of fairness. Those who invest their own money will continue to receive capital gains tax treatment, period. Those who manage other people's money will have to pay ordinary income tax like everybody else who performs services. There's widespread support for this. Gregory Mankiw, who was on President Bush's Council of Economic Advisors, said this: deferred compensation, even risky compensation, is still compensation, and it should be taxed as such. When I wrote my book, that was sweat equity. I opposed different levels of taxation on different types of compensation. This from a former member of President Reagan's Council of Economic Advisors, William Niskanen. The share of investment profits are basically fees for managing other people's money. Also, another person who was Deputy Undersecretary under George H.W. Bush, Professor Gretz. I think it's odd that people making that much money off of essentially labor income should be paying lower rates than the average, than their secretaries, to put it boldly. New York Times. They're actively managing assets and should be taxed accordingly as managers earning compensation. Congress will achieve a significant victory for fairness and for fiscal responsibility if it ends the breaks that are skewing the tax code in favor of the most advantaged Americans. And likewise the Washington Post. But these fund managers, for the most part, are not risking their own money. And I insert, to the extent they are, they get capital gains treatment. Besides, plenty of risky industries don't enjoy comparable tax benefits. Income earned from managing an investment partnership fund should be treated just like the income earned for providing any other service. And I could quote this from William Stanfill, who's a manager of venture capital. He says, many Americans invest sweat equity in their jobs and their businesses, take risks, contribute to the economy, and may have to wait a long time before their hard work pays off. But they pay ordinary income tax rates on their compensation. To the extent we take risk, we take it with other people's money. And that's why the statement of administration policy is very clear from the President. The legislation would fulfill the administration's commitment to crack down on overseas tax havens and put a stop to billions of dollars worth of tax abuse, and would end the special preferential tax treatment for carried interest income. I ask for an additional 30 seconds. If
Gentleman's granted an additional 30 seconds.
The gentleman is recognized for 30 seconds.
In terms of sparking economic growth, we need to have measures that target investment, not give a special break for those who perform services. For example, I've introduced a bill to eliminate capital gains on investments and certain small business stock for 2010. On investments, that's the issue here, that nobody blur it. Those who work with other people's money will pay ordinary income tax. Those who invest their own money will continue to receive capital gains tax treatment.